Welcome back to Folk Solo Sports Show. Alright, let's talk about NFL Divisional Round Playoffs. Today we got the Rams versus the Packers, and we got the Ravens versus the Bills, okay? Last week, I was 3-3 out of those 6 games. I said the Steelers would win, the Titans would win, and I said the Washington football team. Oh, wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was actually, 2-4. Terrible. I did terrible on predictions in the wild card playoffs. I only got 2 right. I was only right about the Bills beating the Colts, and I was only right about the Saints beating the Chicago Bears. But it's a tough season. It was not the type of season or wild card playoffs that I thought it would be. I thought there would be a lot of blowouts, and it wasn't that. And it was a bunch of close games. Even the Bears didn't lose as bad as I thought they did. I thought they were going to get scored like 50 on or something crazy and only have like a touchdown or 10 points or something. But they only lost by 11 or 10, 12 points or something. And they did pretty good for the status that they had going into the playoffs against top 3 best teams in the NFL this season, which is the Saints. Okay, so I was 2-4 last week on the predictions. I'm telling you, this week it will not be the same. I'm going to give it to you how it is, and I'm going to tell you that everybody is wrong right now. I saw all the polls from Fox Sports and from Undisputed. Who do you think would win out of the Ravens and the Bills? We'll get into that, but first let's cover the Rams versus the Packers. The Packers will not fold like the Seahawks did. The Packers will not fold like the Seahawks did. The Packers are going to dominate the Rams. This game will not be close. The Packers will beat them 30-something to about 10. Okay, this game's not going to be close. The Packers are the second best team in the NFL, or the second best team in the NFL for the last about 7 weeks, the way they were playing, and the Chiefs are first. But the Packers will not do what the Seahawks did and let the Rams compete with them. That's not how it's going to go. But the Rams have came far from how they were in the beginning of the season. Well, the middle of the season. Like they start playing bad in the middle of the season. Because they started off good, then they had a rough road, gave the Jets their first win, and then picked it back up, beating the Seattle Seahawks, shockingly beating the Seattle Seahawks in the wild card playoffs. But that won't happen against the Packers, okay? Aaron Rodgers will have a big game. He will continue to be good because he's always good in the divisional round playoffs. But Aaron Rodgers is where he messes up at is in the NFC Championship. He's 1-0 in the Super Bowl, but he's been to the NFC Championship a few times. Okay, so he loses in the NFC Championship more than he loses in the wild card or the divisional. Okay, so, but that is a plus for the Packers, and the Rams won't be able to compete. Okay, Bills versus the Ravens. Everybody in the polls were saying that the Ravens are going to lose to the Bills. That is not true. The Ravens are going to beat the Bills. It will be a close game. This game is going to be 28-21. I don't think there will be any field goals in this game unless it's the winning field goal. The only field goal in this game will be if it's to win. But I don't think it will come to that. I think it's going to be all touchdowns, and the final score will be 28-21. the Baltimore Ravens. Okay? And when that happens, when that happens, let's talk about the Browns versus the Chiefs tomorrow. Let's just talk about all of them right now, okay? Because I can't get to one point without talking about all the games. So the Ravens will beat the Bills, and everybody thinks the Chiefs are going to just completely crush the Cleveland Browns. That's not going to happen. They just came off beating their hardest opponent in the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 48-37 in, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but nobody has beat the Cleveland Browns more than the Steelers, okay? So they just beat their hardest opponent, and that will make a team be fired up, okay? So don't think for 1 second that they're worried about the Kansas City Chiefs now. After beating the Steelers, and that's the same goes with the Ravens when they're in the playoffs. When they beat the Steelers, they beat everybody. When the Browns beat the Steelers, trust me, the Kansas City Chiefs don't know what is coming to them. The Cleveland Browns are going to play just as good as they did against the Steelers, if not better, because they just beat their hardest opponent. That's like the Steelers beating the Ravens or the Patriots, the two teams that always give them the most problems, the Ravens and the Patriots. So for the Browns, they just beat their hardest opponent. And when that happens, okay, when that happens, the Ravens win and beat the Bills, and the Browns win and beat the Chiefs. When that happens, then it will prove that the AFC North, and they go to the AFC Championship. When the Browns and Ravens are in the AFC Championship against each other this season, next week, that will prove that the AFC North is and has been the hardest division in the NFL for the past 20 years, if not longer than that, okay? It will be the Browns versus the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Nobody thinks so. Everybody thinks it's going to be the Chiefs versus the Bills. Not going to happen. I thought the Chiefs were going to two-peat. I picked them as a Super Bowl contender, but I think the Browns are going to take this game. Even if they don't, I believe they will, but even if they don't, it won't be a disappointment because the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. Okay? And last but not least, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints are going to win this game. Brady is going to go 0-3 versus Drew Brees this season. It's hard to do. Only a few teams do this sports-wide. It's not easy to beat the same team 2 times or 3 times, 4 times, whatever sport it is. In basketball, the 4 games or the playoffs, 2 championships in a row, whatever it may be. It's not easy to beat the same team multiple times because they start to figure out a lot of things that you did to beat them, and they correct the problems that they made, okay? And I don't think the Buccaneers have what it takes to beat the Saints after the close game that they just won against the Washington football team. The Saints beat them badly one night, and they beat them in a close game in the other, okay? This is going to be, it's not going to be a bad game for the Buccaneers, but it's not going to be a close game either. I say the final score 35-20. New Orleans Saints. That's my picks, and it will be the Saints versus the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship, and we'll go from there for the 2 winners out of those 4 teams that I picked. Browns, Ravens, AFC, the Packers, Saints, NFC, in the championships, okay? That's what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with my picks, my crazy picks that nobody else has winning? And that will prove one more time, like I said, when it is the Ravens versus the Browns in the AFC Championship, that will prove that this is AFC North is the hardest division in the NFL. And if they win the Super Bowl, if the AFC North both get to the AFC Championship and win the Super Bowl, that will make the AFC North 5-1 in the past 21 years. In the past 21 years in Super Bowls, they would be 5-1. And a caller from the Y'all Couple said the NFC West with the 49ers, Cardinals, Seahawks, and 49ers, Cardinals, Seahawks, and the... What's the last team? What is the last team? Y'all know the last team. But no, they will not. They are not better than the AFC North. AFC North is the hardest division in the NFL. Okay? NFC West is 3-5 in the Super Bowl in the past 21 years. Okay? AFC North 4-1. Get that through your head. So even though they've been there more times, the AFC North comes to win. When they go to the Super Bowl, they go there to win. The only loss is the Steelers versus the Green Bay Packers. Every other one, Steelers 2, Ravens 2 in the past 21 years, now that it's 2021. Okay? This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know what you think. Get in the comment section. Like, subscribe. Let me know if you agree with my points, man, and my picks. And I'll get back with y'all for more, man. Peace.